the Lloydminster Bobcats have signed another new prospect in 2003 born Nick Hugendorn from North Vancouver. Joining me today to break this all down is head coach and general manager Nigel Dubé. Nigel, thank you for taking this time and joining me. Now, Nigel, first things first, in signing Nick, what kind of a player are you guys going to be getting for next season?
Well, I think he's going to add a lot of size to our forward group. He's over 6'1", and he's a big boy. He's really strong. And then the other side of it is skill. I think that his release and he puts that strength into his shot. When it's something, Evan, that we've talked about many times about continuing to build on our offense. And that's what we're looking to get out of him. Obviously, in Lloydminster here, we look for those guys that can compete and work hard day in and day out. He checks all those boxes, but I think he's going to be a fan favorite. He likes to throw his body around too, and I think people will enjoy that style of it.
And Nigel, in that 2019-20 season there, the last full season that you guys had, we talked a lot about, goal scoring and how the team was losing a lot of 2-1 close hockey games, but low scoring. Nick scored a hat trick in his first Junior B game. So, just adding that depth scoring for your team as well.
Well, I think he's a shot first mentality, and that's a big part. We have some guys that we added the offensive side that generates offense in the corners and does all that. But he's a guy that likes to pull the trigger, and that's the big part. I was even talking to Ethan Aucoin off of our team and talking about that, and Ethan still remembered him from the Max tournament 2 years ago. So he's a player that you kind of don't forget about, and it's one of those. But I think just his ability, he's really structured defensively, and then he's really creative offensively, and that's a big part that we're looking for. And the fact that he wants to shoot the puck, it's going to benefit because those pucks will get to the net, and whether he's the one scoring them or the other guys going to the net, that'll add to that offense we're looking for.
And now, Nigel, while he hasn't been playing many games this season, he was still competing as his team was able to still do practice and do some competition type drills. Just how much of a benefit is that for him?
Well, I think that's huge. And we've looked at that across Canada as a whole, and obviously North America. The Americans are playing games. In BC, as they've practiced the whole time and they've been able to play small area games the whole time on the ice. So it's a little bit different because Alberta's focused more on the skill basis and being on the ice, staying active that way. But the BC side of it, they've been able to implement what would be game-like situations more. And more often. So even though they didn't play the games, they still had those game-like situations that, we weren't able to have around here, and he was able to have out there for years. So as far as his development goes, I think that's a big part of it, and definitely adds to it.
And Nigel kind of touched on it there. He does have Junior B experience in BC, playing in the PIJHL. Just how big will this be for Nick coming to the AJHL, having already played against 20-year-olds?
Well, and that's the thing. You look at your 16, your 17-year-olds throughout a course of a season that sometimes they take a little bit longer to adjust to, the bigger bodies and playing against the older. And you see that peak closer to Christmas in the second half. And just Nick's, experience that he has had, especially throughout this whole season that it's been and the time we're in right now, those are going to be beneficial to him. And I think that's a big part because he's not going to come in and be surprised on day one when you're going up against 6 20-year-olds on the other side. He's going to have that confidence in his game. And really for him, it'll just be another day at the park.
Well, Nigel, thank you very much for taking this time and joining me. Should be interesting to see Nick and the rest of the team hit the ice this upcoming fall.